Hello students, hope you are all well. Today we are going to start with the third exercise, that is subtraction. Subtraction of rational numbers. Okay, so we are going to start with subtraction of rational numbers. So as we already know, subtraction means we less the smaller amount from the larger amount. Subtraction can be done in two ways. Suppose we have two terms A and B. For any two numbers, for any two numbers A and B. Subtraction can be done in two ways. Subtraction can be done in two ways. Either we subtract A from B, either we subtract A from B. Subtraction of A from B means, see, what does the statement A from B means? The number after the from is put before, and number before the from is put afterwards, and in between you have a negative sign. Okay, or we can subtract, b from A. We can subtract b from it. And what do we mean by b from A? We take A first, the number after the from we take as first number, and the number below the before the from we take afterwards. That will be A minus B. So if I'm writing A minus B, that is subtracting B from A. If I'm writing B minus A, that is subtracting A from B. Okay, this is how it works, beta. Now A and B can be any real numbers. A and B can be any real numbers. So obviously they are also rational numbers. A and B can be integers, A and B can be real numbers, A and B can be rational numbers, even numbers, odd numbers, fraction, any sort of numbers. Okay. Up till now, I have not discussed about the sign of the result. I'm just telling you how the subtraction works. Okay. So once again, like we discussed in the case of addition, we have two types of subtraction. Like we discussed in the case of addition, we have two types of subtraction. So we will take case 1 and case 2. Okay. So first of all, case 1. What will be case 1? When when both the rational numbers when both the rational numbers to be subtracted when both the rational numbers to be subtracted when both the rational numbers to be subtracted are having same denominator. Okay, this is just like addition. Case 1 will be when the denominator is same for both the rational numbers, and case 2 we will discuss when denominator is different for both the rational numbers. Okay, so first of all we are discussing case 1, when denominator is same for both the rational numbers. Okay, so I'm going to take some questions from a book and we will discuss them. This is that I'm taking is question number 3. Okay, this is that I'm taking is question number 3 of your book. It is exercise 1.3. Okay. Now question number 3 is you have to subtract. I'm taking first part and second part. You have to subtract minus 9 5 upon 9 from 4 upon 9. You have to subtract minus 5 upon 9 from 4 upon 9. Okay. So how do we go through it? First of all, we observe the denominator. As we can see here, the denominator for both the cases is same. That is 9. Okay. And now we have to arrange the subtraction as it is. So what I told you earlier is the number after from comes first. So you have 4 by 9 minus the number before from comes after the sign of negative, minus is the subtraction sign, and minus 5 by 9. Okay, this minus outside the bracket is indifferent of the minus given in the question. Okay, once again let me remind you, positive and negative are the signs of a number. Addition and subtraction are the procedure that we do with those numbers. Okay, both are two different things and you have to keep that in mind. Okay, now what we do is we take the common LCM, we take the common denominator for this case is 9, and we write the numerators as they want. Okay, this will be 4 plus 5 upon 9. Finally, you will get 9 upon 9, and the final answer is 1. Okay, so what we do is if the denominator is same, we take the common denominator and we solve accordingly. Let's take another example from your book. See, this is the B part of same question. It is subtract minus 2 upon 30 from minus 11 upon 30. You have to subtract minus 2 upon 30 from 11 upon 30. Okay. So how do you go through it? You take the common, first of all, you write it accordingly. First of all, minus 11 upon 30, negative sign, and then minus 2 upon 30. Okay. Then you take the common denominator, that is 30, minus 11 as it is, minus minus plus 2, you will get minus 9 upon 30. Okay. So this is your final answer. It cannot be simplified further. So this becomes your final answer. Okay. So this is how you do the subtraction when for the case 1. This is how you do the subtraction for case 1. What was case 1? When the denominators given to you are same. Okay. This is case 1. Let's see case 2. What is case 2? Case 2 is when the denominators of both the numbers are different. When the denominator of both the rational numbers both the rational numbers are different. When you have different denominator for both the rational numbers. Okay. So what do we get when we have different denominator for both the rational numbers? We are continuing with the same question. That was question number 3 of your exercise 1.3, and I'm taking the C part. Question is, you have to subtract 3 by 5 from minus 1 upon 50. Okay, so first of all, let us arrange it correctly. On arranging it, this will be minus 1 upon 15 minus sign 3 by 5. Okay, the position of the numbers before and after the from are interchanged, and instead of from, you put in a negative sign. Once again, the position of numbers before and after from changes, and you put a negative sign before between those numbers in place of from. Okay. Okay. Now, once again, as we have already discussed in addition, what we are going to do is we are going to find out the LCM of both the denominators. One denominator is 15, another denominator is 5. First of all, I'll start with 3. 3 5 are 15, 5, and 5 1 comma 1. So you will get LCM as 50. So what we are going to do is we are going to multiply numerator and denominator by suitable numbers. For 15 being already the denominator, so we don't need to multiply it with anything. For the second number, we will multiply numerator and denominator by 3. Okay, so let's continue. This will be minus 1 upon 15 minus 9 upon 15. Once the denominator are same, we jump back to the case 1. Case 1 was we take the common denominator, we write down the numerators as they were, and we simplify the answer. This is 10 upon 15. On simplifying, you get 5 2s are 10 and 5 3s are 15. So your final answer is minus 2 upon 3. Okay, this is how you do the questions of both the cases. Okay, I hope it is understandable to you all. Fine. One part is remaining. One part, D part. Let me note it down for you. D part of the question is minus 5 upon 12 from minus 7 upon 8. That is the D part of the question. Okay, so you have to do that by yourself. Fine. Moving on. As we discussed in the addition, we are also going to discuss the properties of subtraction. As we were discussing in the addition, we are also going to discuss the properties of subtraction. Okay, so what are the properties of subtraction, how does they work, that we are going to discuss it. Okay, so first property of subtraction will be closure property. First property is closure property. So in addition, what was the closure property? Closure property said for addition was if for the addition of two rational numbers, for addition closure property was saying for addition of two rational numbers, the answer is always a rational number. Similar type of property we have for subtraction. If we add any two rational number, if we subtract any two rational numbers, or we can say if we subtract one rational number from another rational number, the answer is always a rational number. If we subtract one rational number from another rational number, if we subtract one rational number from another rational number, the solution, or you can write our answer, is always a rational number. The solution is always a rational number. Okay. That is closure property. Uh, for example, you can take any of the earlier questions. All the earlier questions can be working as the example of the closure property. You take any two rational numbers, you subtract them, and the answer you will get is also a rational number. Even if the answer is zero, zero is also a rational number. Okay. Okay. Moving on to the next property, that will be commutative property. Commutative property of subtraction. Commutative property of subtraction. Okay. So what is commutative property? Commutative property for the subtraction does not hold ground. As I told you earlier in the addition part, the commutative property for subtraction does not hold ground. How do we express it? Let me help you with an example. Uh, let's take an example of this example is again from your book. Let's see. First of all, we have two numbers. A is equals to minus 3 upon 4 and B is equals to 1 upon 5. Okay, we need to determine two solutions. First of all, we will determine A minus B. Second of all, we will determine B minus A. Okay, and we will check whether both the answers are same or not. So first of all, A minus B, how will we go through A minus B? A minus B will be first term. A minus B, first part, A minus B will be minus 3 upon 4 minus 1 upon 5. This is how we will deduce A minus B. As you already know that the denominators are not same, so you will find the suitable number to make them same. Okay, LCM of 4 and 5 is going to be 20. So I am writing it down directly. This will be multiplied by numerator and denominator by 5 minus 1 upon 5 multiplied in numerator and denominator by 4. Okay, so your final answer, your simplified form will be minus 15 upon 20 and minus 4 upon 20. Once I get the simplified form, I will take the common denominator. Common denominator from B is 20 and we take the numerators as they were. This will be minus 19 upon 20. So that is A minus B. Okay. Secondly, we are going to do A plus B. Sorry, B minus A. Secondly, we are going to take B minus A. Okay. Here is B, A and B, and we are going to solve B minus A. Okay, so for B, first of all, B is 1 upon 5 and A is minus 3 upon 4. Once again, the LCM is going to be 20, but so 1 upon 5 will be multiplied to the numerator and denominator by 4 and 3 upon 4 will be multiplied to the numerator and denominator by 5. This is 3 upon 4. Okay, on simplifying it, you will get 4 upon 20. This is minus 3 upon 4. Let me write it down again correctly. Minus 3 upon 4, that too of negative, into 5 upon 5. Okay, so this will be plus 15 upon 20. Okay, so your final answer will be 19 upon 20. Okay, let's see. Earlier we had answer minus 19 upon 20. This time we have answer 19 upon 20. There is slight difference of sign, but naturally signs are different, therefore the answer are different. So commutative property is not applicable commutative property is not applicable for subtraction. Commutative property is not applicable for subtraction. Okay. Okay, same type of thing with associative property. That will be your third property, associative property. Once again, associative property is not applicable on subtraction. I've discussed this with you earlier. Associative property, commutative property are only applicable for addition and multiplication, not for subtraction. Okay, so once again, I will take an example from your book. This is question number one, B part. Okay, question number one is optional type of question. You have to write down whether these statements are correct or not. Okay, so I'm just taking one of the statements, and that is, I'm already telling you the answer. It is an incorrect statement, but anyhow, we are taking it so as to prove that associative property does not hold for subtraction. So, this is question number one, B part. This will be 3 upon 5 minus 1 upon 3. We have to prove that we have to check whether 3 upon 5 minus 1 upon 3 plus 2 upon 7 is equal to 3 upon 5 minus 1 upon 3 plus 2 upon 7. So what happened here is terms are same, signs are same, but the placement of brackets have been differentiated. Okay, first in first part, in left hand side part, you have bracket in first two terms. In the right hand side part, you have brackets on second two terms, last two terms. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to take LHS. I will solve LHS first of all. In LHS, you have 3 upon 5 minus 1 upon 3 plus 2 upon 7. This is in LHS. Okay. Now, first of all, we will solve the bracket. LCM for 3 and 5 is 15. 3 is multiplied by 3, you will get 9. 5 is multiplied by 1, you will get 5 plus 2 upon 7. Simplifying it, we will get 4 upon 15 plus 2 upon 7. Okay. After this, we will have LCM of 15 and 7. LCM of 15 and 7 is going to be 105. Numerators will be like 4 into 7 plus 2 into 7. So this will be 28 plus 14 upon 105. Your final answer is going to be 42 upon 105. uh, it is cancelable. You can simplify it further. You will get 3 ones are 3, 3 fours are 12, 3 is a 9, 3 fives are 15. The final answer is 14 upon 35. Okay, this was the answer for LHS. Let's see the answer for RHS. Let us solve RHS in the next page. So this is our RHS, right hand side. Okay, first of all, once again, we are going to solve the bracket first. So this will be 1 upon 3 plus 2 upon 7. On taking the LCM for 3 and 7, you will get 21. 21. This will be 7 minus 6. Sorry, 7 plus 6. So simplifying the bracket, you will get 13 upon 21. After that, you take another LCM like we have taken before. LCM is going to be 105. Okay, numerator this time will be 21 into 3, that is 63, and 13 into 5 is 65. Negative sign as per the question, and your final answer is going to be minus 2 upon 105. Okay, so answer for LHS is minus 2 upon 105, and answer for RHS was 14 upon 35. As you can clearly see, both are quite different. In LHS, we get minus 2 upon 105, and in RHS, we got 14 upon 35. Both answers are quite different. That is why both situations are not equal. Associative property, thus, we can say that R is not applicable for subtraction. Fine. After this, we have one last property, that is property of zero. Property of zero is quite important. Okay, how does property of zero work? See, if a number a, if I subtract zero from any number, if I subtract zero from any number, the answer is same. And if I subtract any number from zero, the sign of the number became different. Okay, so what is property for zero? If any rational number is subtracted from zero, from zero, then if any rational number is subtracted from zero, its sign then its sign changes. Okay, so this was the second condition, this one. And now I'm talking about the first condition. If zero is subtracted from if zero is subtracted from any rational number, then the answer remains same. Okay, you can write down these as well. A minus 0, you will get same answer. 0 minus a, the answer is different, answer is changed. Okay, so that's all theory for today. That was all practice for today. For today homework, you have to do exercise 1.3, question number 1, 2. Question number 1 and 2 are both optional type question number. You have to mark which of the answer is correct. Okay. Uh, and after that, you have to do also question number 4 and 5. I have already completed question number 3, so remaining question will be question number 4 and 5. So these four questions that you